in college, I was a dance major. And I majored in dance at the University of Washington in Seattle. And my senior year, I was asked to choreograph our undergraduate theater society's production of Hair. And if you guys, you know Hair. If you haven't seen Hair, it's the 1960s hippie musical. It has a very loose plot. They spend the whole second act high. So the show doesn't make a ton of sense, but it's a good time. So the thing about our undergraduate theater society was that it didn't have any money. So everything was student done. This show was student directed. It was obviously student choreographed, student costumed. It was kind of a hot mess, but we were really excited about it. And so we do the show, and as we're rehearsing it, word starts to spread on campus that the kids that are in Hair are the coolest kids at our school. And they were throwing all these huge parties. And I actually found out later that they were fundraising for Hair by selling pot brownies. So in hindsight, their popularity makes much more sense. But I did not know that at the time. And I was kind of bummed out because I was involved in the show. I was choreographing it, but I was not in the cast. So I was not one of the cool kids, which was not a surprise. I've never been one of the cool kids, but I still wanted to be involved. So anyways, we do this really sad version of Hair, and one of the final performances, this guy comes, and he sees the show, and he meets with our director afterwards, and he was like, look, this guy was crazy. He went around to every single production of Hair in the United States and the world if he could manage it, and he just was like a Hair aficionado. And so he talks to our director, and he was like, look, I manage the booking for this big theater casino in Vancouver, Canada, and I want you guys to come and do Hair. And we were like, of course. We were really dumb, guys. We weren't getting paid for this. We were just like, somebody wants us to go on the road and do our show? Of course. And so we all we rehearse the show and we get it ready to go on the road and go to Canada with it. Now, the one problem was that one girl in the show could not come. And so they asked me to take her place because I knew all the dances because I made them up. And so I was so excited because here I was finally gonna be part of the cool kids, and it was all happening, and I was just really excited. And so we go to Canada, and it turns out that this guy was a total shyster. He got us on the Canadian news, and they announced us as the American touring cast of Hair, which was true in a sense. We were an American touring cast of Hair. We were not the American touring cast. And so this show in Canada sells out, and this theater holds 1,000 people. So there are 1,000 people coming to see this sad little show of Hair that we did ourselves. And so we're excited. We're still really excited. We got to go on the news. And so we get there. Now here's the other thing. I did not, because all of this happened so fast, I did not get a lot of chance to rehearse the show with the cast. I knew it because I had gone through it, but I hadn't done a solid run through. We did a brush up rehearsal back home, and then we did a tech rehearsal at the theater before the show. We never did a dress rehearsal. So we're getting ready, and the other thing you need to know about Hair, if you don't know, at the end of the first act, the whole cast, they're a tribe. They get high, and they have a be-in, and they all get naked. So and that's part of the show, is that everybody gets completely naked. So I had never done this. And so the first time that I ever in my life was going to get naked in front of people was in front of 1,000 people who were expecting the American touring cast of Hair. And so I was excited. And so we're on stage, the show's happening, it's going great. They have no idea that we're not the American touring cast of Hair. And the music starts for the end of the first act. And I was like, okay, this is it. It's time. And so the music starts, and I was like, bam, bam, bam. And I take off all my clothes. And here's the thing that I did not realize. They had kind of a system for this, and it was much slower than I thought. So I take off all my clothes, standing there totally naked, and I look around, and no one else is naked. I got naked at the wrong time. And so I'm standing there, and I was like, what do I do? Put my clothes back on? No, that would be weird. So I just had to stand there, and I'm naked for a long time. It felt like a long time. But I enjoyed it, and the rest of the show goes okay. And we get out of there, and they don't talk to us afterwards, and we all go home. And so I get back home, and my parents are asking me, like, Kate, how did the show go? How did getting naked go? And this is when I found out that my parents are like, not as progressive as they had made themselves out to be, because I was like, oh, it's fine, I got naked. And my dad immediately, he acts like everything's okay, but he goes around and he opens every single window in the house. Because he just can't deal with it. And it was, one of the most mortifying moments of my life. And I haven't learned, so I was thinking I was going to do this show this week, and I was like, what am I going to tell? What story am I going to do? And I was like, oh, I should tell that hair story when I got naked. And then I did something really stupid this week. It just happened this week. This is like a small tangent, but I was at home, and I have a husband, and I was like, I'm in this females only Facebook group, and we swap like tips about like being a female and like, the 21st century and like being a modern woman. So there's this thread going about how to send like good nude photos and like the best way to pose for them and like how to get the best angles. And so I've learned nothing. And so I was trying, I was like, I want to send my husband some great photos. And so I was like taking these pictures, and they weren't working out. None of them looked good. I couldn't get the right angle. And so I got distracted, and I started doing naked yoga poses because I was like, what do I look like naked doing yoga? And so I'm doing all these poses, and I take this picture of myself doing like tree pose with a goofy look on my face, and I send it to him. We work at the same place, and we just got new phones, the iPhone 6s. Have you seen the screens? They're like this big. And so I send it to him, and of course his phone was out, and of course it was just on a table, and a bunch of people saw it, and I was like, man, I haven't learned. If I'm going to get naked, it's going to be embarrassing. It's going to be where of course you want like somebody, if people are going to see you naked, you want to look good, but no, I just looked like an idiot doing yoga with a dumb look on my face. So that's all I got, guys. I get naked a lot in weird places, and it hasn't worked out.